Alright guys, this is inaccurate. So I didn't think I'd be making another video about yaoi anime, but apparently here we are. Basically, yesterday, I watched one of the gayest animes I think I've ever seen. Which one is that? Well, let me show you. It's called Sankaku Mado, some other Japanese stuff. Basically, you can see from the picture, there's a bunch of dudes in there. I didn't really read the synopsis because the synopsis is usually shit. The genre tags weren't too bad. I thought it was just like a detective novel mystery anime. But then I went over to the comments. Damn, seems to be plenty of fragile people in this comment section. Laugh my ass off. No need to comment if you're just gonna tell people you're not watching because of BL. Calm down and go outside. Basically, he's reprimanding people for saying, hey, if you don't like gay stuff, get the fuck out, you homophobes. So I'm like, yeah, I have an open mind. I don't really mind BL as long as the story's good and it's entertaining to watch. Boy, oh fucking boy, I was wrong. That whole comment section was just bait to lure people in and to kind of gay shame people into watching it. But you know what? Let's just actually start talking about the anime. So in the beginning, there's a bunch of CGI models walking around, very noticeable, very differential between the actual 2D animation, but I'm not really opposed to CG and that's completely fine. So moving forward, we see some dude working in a bookstore. This simple man is going about his day, organizing books, and then he notices ghosts. So what the manager does is that he hires an exorcist. I think you know where I'm going with this. So the exorcist walks behind the bookstore employee and freezes him. In this way, he is connecting his soul to the bookstore employee's soul. Now, it took me a while to actually understand this. I think I sat there for maybe like a minute or two before I actually understood this. Basically, what this exorcist essentially did was that he stuck his spiritual penis into this other guy's spiritual asshole. And you can see from the employee's words that he basically jizzed all over his pants. So the exorcist basically sits down with the manager and the employee, all within a meeting, right? And the exorcist starts talking about what his soul molestation technique is. Something about connecting souls and reaching into other people forcibly, basically like touching dicks. And now it wouldn't be BL and anime if you didn't have this line. So they move on to a spirit who's possessed some apartment. It's like basically the ring, whatever, right? So they start having a very homoerotic conversation before they exorcise the woman. Basically, the employee is very scared because he's never dealt with ghosts, but now that he has an exorcist, he's still scared. So the exorcist sees this, and in order for him to stop being scared, he basically does his force-grabbing dick move again, right? So he freezes him, and basically they share senses by connecting their souls. Let's move on. Here's a picture. Now, if you showed this to anybody outside of this video, do you think they would be able to understand the context of this anime? But yeah, this was a scene that happened. So they decide to exorcise the ring girl from the apartment. So to do this, they start hugging each other, right? And the exorcist has his hand on the guy's left ass cheek just for more inspiration. And then they blast this giant beam and kill the spirit. Pretty standard exorcism techniques. Midway through the anime, it's been mostly one-sided, right? It's the exorcist basically plowing and forcibly going his R-aping way to the bookstore employee's spiritual hole. And then now we do the reverse. Like, you can't just jerk someone off without expecting someone to jerk you off, right? It's pretty much an eye for an eye and a penis for a penis. While this is going on, you know, they're sharing their senses, bookstore employees giving it to the fucking exorcist. The exorcist starts getting so excited, right? You know, he's just loving it, loving the time that they're spending together. So he just starts biting the employee's shoulder, right? He just like starts, you know, like just like numbing it, just like, it's kind of like how I am when I start like biting into a really tough bagels. That goes on for a while, and then that's pretty much it for the first episode. Basically, it's where like the hard throbbing erection ends. Obviously, it's not like hentai level, you know, it's not like Boku no Pico, you know. Mind you, I only seen the first episode. I didn't really watch the rest of it because I could already tell what the plot was. Basically, they get in some trouble, you know, they eventually solve it, maybe leave some open-ended part of the plot. But the part that I really care about is whether or not they actually, get naked and actually start plowing each other. No, I don't think they'll do that. They'll keep doing these very like softcore scenes, extremely horny, extremely homoerotic things. And there was a comment that I read at the very end of watching the episode that I think summed it up pretty well. Basically, it says, "How gay do you want your ghost-busting anime to be? Tri-cornered window? Yes." Anyway, great start. See y'all next week. The thing is, if you guys want to watch this, you can go right ahead. It has some very darker themes as well. Not just, about the softcore scenes, but that is what draws people in. And if you look at their My Anime List score, it is a 6.71. Which is technically above average. I think the average for My Anime List animes are probably around like 6.5. So, there you go. That's pretty much it. I just kind of wanted to share this experience with you guys, and yeah, I'm out. Bye.